Hey guys, what's up? Turk02 here, and I'm here today with another album review. This will be the start of a series where I go through a whole artist catalog, and we're going to do every album front to back. So today we're going to start with a band called Alter Bridge. They just had a new single put out called Wouldn't You Rather. If you guys want me to do a review on that single, I will. Just leave a comment down below. If not, I will cover that when I do the Walk the Sky album review in October when Walk the Sky comes out. But this is going to be the start of the brand new of the series and everything. So we're going to start off with their first album. The first album is called One Day Remains. This came out in 2004. August 10th, 2004 is when it was released. It was the debut album. For those of you who don't know, One Day Remains is a reference to Donnie Darko, the movie. And One Day Remains was actually supposed to was one of the names of the band that they were deciding on before they decided on Alter Bridge. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get in. You guys know how it works. I go through every album, I get through every song, and I give my perspective on it, what I thought was good, what I thought was bad, if there is any. Some of these songs don't, some of them do. And then I give my favorites and least favorites, and then I do a whole album rating. You guys can leave your opinions down in the comment section, and you guys can also request some other albums for me to review on. We're going to start with the first track, Find the Real. This was a really interesting song for me. It started off with this great, this really heavy, guitar riff. It just slams in. There's fantastic harmonies on the song, just really great. Miles really shines on this song, perfect, as does Mark and Scott and Brian, as they all do. They're all fantastic musicians and everything. They start off with the great vocals and a great riff. The dun 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 dun. That thing is just perfect. Again, the chorus is so catchy and has great harmonies in it too. It's fantastic. There's a fantastic solo in it too. Fantastic vocal delivery on that last chorus where he goes a little bit higher, or not a little bit, he goes much higher than the original. So definitely a strong start to the record. Then we get into the song, then we get into the title track, One Day Remains. Had a perfect drumming pattern to start. It really caught me off guard. And it had this killer riff to go along with it. The vocals were flowing very nicely. I thought that was a bit of a change of pace from Find the Real and from, obviously some of the other stuff that we see later on in the career from Miles. Whether it's with Alter Bridge or with Slash or when he's touring with Slash or he's doing his solo gig. Great. Nice falsetto and head voice too. Throughout the song, sometimes he goes in and out between his head voice versus his actual voice, and I thought he did that very nicely, very well executed. And the solo was just killer. Mark Tremonti is just an absolute monster of a guitarist. So yeah. All right, next we get into Open Your Eyes, which is one of the many ballads on this record. When I was listening to this album back through and I was making my notes for this album review, I was like, wow, there's a lot of ballady type songs on this record. You have Open Your Eyes, you have Broken Wings and Loving Memory, Down to My Last, Shed My Skin. There's a ton of ballady type songs on this record, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a slow song, but it has to have that ballad feel to it, which Open Your Eyes does. It's very melodic. The choruses kind of pick up a little bit from the verses being a little bit of kind of mellow and kind of slower. Once again, catchy choruses. Alter Bridge is known for the really, really catchy melodic choruses that it's like an earworm. It gets stuck in your head. You can't stop listening to it, can't stop singing it. It's perfect. There's nice background vocals from Mr. Tremonti himself. And I just thought this is one of the stronger songs on this record, definitely. This is one that I constantly go back to all the time. And like I said, I love, this song in particular is just one of the highlights of it. Now we get into a song that I was kind of confused with at first, which is Burn It Down, the 4th track. It started off with this nice, clean guitar, and it sounded beautiful. I was like, wow, this sounds really, really good, really, really cool. The only issue I had, at least on my first listen, was I was like, wow, these lyrics are a bit confusing, because there's so many different things that he could be talking about. But then, as I'm looking at the lyrics, obviously now I'm looking at them in, beforehand, listen to them. It's about, alcohol, overdose, alcohol, drugs, hitting rock bottom. That's kind of like the central theme of the song. In the first verse, he says, "Drank so much last night that I think I drowned, but now my cup is empty. No one has seen my will around. Now my heart is aching. Sometimes I fall asleep for days, but my bed is empty. I know I am too set in my ways. Tell all I am okay." And nice, it was very, kind of almost poetic in a way. He's talking, they're talking about these different, sort of like instances and these different things that go along with stuff like when you get involved with like alcohol and drugs and addiction and hitting rock bottom and being at that low point. And I thought it was very beautiful. Melodic choruses again are on this track. Nice transitions also in this song in particular. They had fantastic transitions between going in from verse to chorus, verse, chorus, going back into the bridge. It's fantastic stuff. And then a wonderful, beautiful, perfect ending for that song. It was so beautiful. Now we get into probably the most popular song on this record, which is Metalingus. It is one of, not only in my opinion, one of Alter Bridge's, heaviest tracks, but it's also one of their best songs today. And I'm not just saying that because it's a single, or no, it's not a single. It was never released as a single. Not only is it one of the most mainstream ones, but it's also one of the most popular. It's also just all around one of the best ones. Some of you may have heard the song, if you guys watched WWE back in the day like I did. Edge, WWE Superstar Edge, used this song from about 2004 all the way to when he retired in about 2011, 2012. This was his theme song, and it was fantastic. Great lyrics, fantastic vocals by Miles on the song. It's just beautiful. It is absolutely breathtaking on this song. He uses a lot of head voice, a lot of, stuff, it's just, and, it's about, for a lot of people don't really seem to get, understand what the song is about. So my interpretation, at least, is that it's a deep, very deep song about like getting sort of like your dreams crushed, or being turned down in some sort of way. Probably one of the most recognizable choruses on the song. Obviously, on this day, I see clearly everything has come to life, a bitter place and a broken dream, and will leave it all behind. It's, on this day, it's so real to me, everything has come to life, another chance to chase a dream, another chance to feel alive. That's very powerful and poetic lyrics from Alter Bridge on this, and it's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Fantastic bridge and one of the heaviest endings, and that ending is just perfect. It's wonderful. Now we get into another sort of slow song on the record, Broken Wings. Nice melody throughout this song. In the verses, Miles' vocals are layered very nicely throughout the verses, going into the chorus, even in like the bridge and stuff. It's just beautiful. Once again, catchy choruses. On Broken Wings, we're falling, and it's just like, oh, it hits you, and it kind of takes you back a little bit, because you're like, wow, those are very powerful stuff that you're talking about. very powerful lyrics, very powerful music, and it's just fantastic. And again, wonderful ending to that one. It's just so beautiful. Now we get into In Loving Memory. This song was one of the first Alter Bridge songs I ever heard, was In Loving Memory. I don't know why it was this one in particular. And it's got a heavy meaning to it. Mark Tremonti, the guitarist, wrote this about his mom who passed away from cancer. It's just very heavy. It's a very heavy song. Nice guitar intro, very clean. And then there's a nice transition into the verse, and then it's a nice kick in midway, going into the second verse, I think, is when it comes in. There's a nice kick, and it kind of picks up a little bit, and it's like, wow. You can really feel the emotion on this track, too. At least on this track in particular, you can really feel the emotion. You can really feel the, the sadness and the sorrow that's in this track. Once again, Miles' vocals are just fantastic, especially before that last chorus, and it's just beautiful. It takes breath away. It's so amazing, so beautiful, and it's just, it's one of the best performances from Miles in terms of vocals. I think at his career, they're just so beautiful. All right, next we get to Down to My Last. This is actually one of my brother's favorite Alter Bridge songs. I think it's his favorite overall, I think, is this one, Down to My Last. It has a nice opening, great verses and a pre-chorus, catchy chorus. It's a very emotional solo from Mark. And then it kind of slows down when it gets to the ending. It's kind of very almost melodic in a way, but it's a very nice slow ending coming from obviously the other stuff, and this, and it's songs like this where you're like, wow, this is like this, because this song in particular is about, looking back on your life, when you're old and dying, and thinking, wow, how did my life impact those around me throughout my life? I'm in my last moments. I'm old. I'm about to die, and I'm like, what did my life do for other people, either positively or negatively? It's those kinds of things. And again, beautiful song. Now we get into probably my least favorite. No, it's not probably. It is my least favorite. Watch Your Words. I didn't even know this song existed until I was doing this album review, to be honest. I didn't know the song existed. I never heard of it, anything. So I was going into this song with kind of high expectations, and I was really let down with this one. The riffs sound, the riffs in this one kind of sound like how they are on Find the Real. It kind of sounds like Find the Real Part 2 in terms of riff. But the riff doesn't fit for me. Something about it just sets me off, and I'm kind of just like, I mean, it's good. It's not a bad riff. It's just not for me. But Miles' vocals are always fantastic on this track. It was a nice pre-chorus. The chorus was kind of meh. I always look for the choruses whenever I listen to a new track, and I always look for the choruses to be, the chorus is kind of like a make or break kind of thing for me. And if the chorus doesn't pull me in and capture me and really make me think about, really like the song and really like jam out to it, you're probably not going to be in a good way with me. And it's definitely my least favorite track. And it sucks because I went into this with such high expectations coming in from the previous 8 songs, and I was getting to this one, I was like, yes, and I was let down. Next one is Shed My Skin. I know that sounds like a weird track name, guys. You know, songs about starting all over, hit the very bottom. It's about finding the light in the midst of darkness to give hope and start all again. You know, kind of like how, you know, when animals, you know, shed their skin and they start the new, and they, you know, they have a new layer, a new fresh thing to protect them and to help them. That's kind of like what I'm thinking the song's about. Nice opening, nice transitions, nice vocals and instrumentation, a big chorus, very big and broad, and a fantastic ending. And it's very big. Like I said, this ending was one of the, you know, it's probably one of the best all-around songs on the record, was Shed My Skin. You know, and just the guitar work by Markham's song in particular is just fantastic. Last track, The End Is Here. Fitting, the last song is called The End Is Here. Fitting. You know, great guitar to open it. I was really happy that they incorporated a lot of these, you know, nice guitar riff-oriented openings, and a lot of them are clean on this record, which I like. Clean guitar riffs and clean guitar sounds. It's just great. It's kind of like an airy beginning. It's kind of like, you know, soft and kind of breathy opening, kind of atmosphere. There's a big chorus, nice bridge, fantastic instrumentation by Mr. Brian Marshall, Scott Phillips, and Mark Tremonti on the song. In the bridge in particular, because that was just fucking beautiful, fantastic. And yeah, it's just one of those things. I'm really happy with this song. Yeah. Alright, now we get into my least favorites and favorite tracks on the record. I only have one. I'm gonna go with two least favorites on this record. I'm gonna go with Watch Your Words. And as much as it kind of kills me because, you know, I really did, I don't hate the song. It's one of those, I'm just not going to come back to, is One Day Remains, the title track. Just one of those things I'm kind of just like, do I really like it? I don't hate it by any means. It's just one of those things where I'm just probably not going to come back to it as much as the other tracks. In terms of favorites, I'm going to go with 4 favorites on this record. I'm going to go with Metalingus, Broken Wings, Find the Real, and Shed My Skin. Those are fantastic tracks. Definitely make sure you guys go check those out. And go check out Alter Bridge and this record as a whole. Leave your comments, leave your thoughts and comments down below, in the comment section down below. And let me know what you guys thought of this record and stuff. And let me also know what other albums you guys want me to do. The next album review I'm probably going to do, because a lot of people have actually been asking me for it, I'm actually probably going to end up doing the Billie Eilish album that she released. If she has one, people are telling me to review Billie Eilish's album, so I'm going to go ahead and that'll be my next album review, will be Billie Eilish's record. I actually don't know anything about it. I haven't listened to her music. I just know who she is. I just know she's an artist. So, and a lot of people are saying it's good, so we're gonna go into this with high hopes and high expectations. But yeah, thank you guys so much. If you guys are new to the channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It does help me a lot. And please hit the like button, as that also does help me a lot. Share this with your friends and your family on all social medias, and let me know down in the comment section down below what your thoughts on the record were, what your thoughts on Alter Bridge are, and what other albums you guys want me to review in the future. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys again soon. Thank you.